Hello, Nigeria. We appreciate your presence on NewsLine. I am Becky Madujemu. All our segments have a sprinkling of tradition and culture. The frills of a king's visit to another, a festival that must happen before seeds are sown, and the competition among talents of an ethnic group are among the beautiful features in that regard. Then the alarming rates of spousal killings in recent times and a man's assault on his daughter are cases of interest in this edition. We've also aligned colorful events, and you will be taken to some breathtaking locations here in Nigeria. Get ready to be swept away. After the news by Joy Osiagu.
Hello, Becky. Good evening, and a very good evening to you out there. Ahead of President Buhari's visit to Jigawa, people of the state say it is an honor to receive the #1 citizen and pledge to support his second-term bid come 2019. Habibu Hussaini, who went round Dutse, the state capital, reports that the atmosphere is quite peaceful and the people are anxious to receive the president on Monday.
Dutse, Jigawa state capital, is wearing a new outlook as political posters and solidarity billboards fill almost every part of the state, welcoming Mr. President to the new world. Almost every part of the state, not only Dutse, are in a welcome mood to receive President Muhammad Buhari. Jigawa is among the leading states in the country that support the agricultural policy of the federal government with the aim to diversify the nation's revenue sources. This is part of the reasons the president is visiting the state to commission some developmental projects and thank people of the state, farmers in particular, for accepting the federal government's agricultural change agenda. A cross-section of people interviewed described the president's visit as an honor to the state, assuring readiness to continue to support him to deliver more dividend of democracy to Nigerians.
I, as a Labour chairman of NSC, together with my members of NSC representative of workers, we will come out in mass to receive Mr. President.
This is the home of Muhammadu Buhari, and we are much committed with him because of his integrity, his accountability.
To the leadership of the ruling party in the state, the visit of President Buhari is a testimony of the good leadership in the state, stressing determination to support the Buhari's 2019 presidential bid.
First time in this country that our export supersedes our importation. This is one of the greatest achievements by Mr. President.
The president, who will arrive the state Monday, is expected to commission some developmental projects. From Dutse, Habib Hussein, NTA News.
And talking politics now, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has emerged winner of the APC governorship primary election in Ekiti. He polled a total of 941 votes to defeat 31 other aspirants. Salihu Abdullahi monitored the exercise in Ado Ekiti.
The requirements today, 12th of May.
Chairman of the APC Governorship Primary Election Committee and Governor of Nasarawa State, Umar Tanko Amakura, announcing the winner at the end of the exercise that lasted a whole day, says, with the successful conduct of the exercise, the winner deserves the support of all to enable the party succeed in the July 14th governorship election.
And every bit of the process that we underwent during this exercise had been hugely successful, courtesy to your cooperation, understanding, and total commitment to our party.
In his acceptance speech, Dr. Kayode Fayemi appeals to the people of Ekiti State to embrace the ideology of the APC for good governance. He says, as part of measures to ensure victory for the APC, a candidate advisory committee comprising all his co-contenders will be put in place.
Let me therefore seize this opportunity to apologize to those who might have been offended in one way or another by our policies and programs.
What we want to do now is to put our resources together our followers together so I can work as a team.
But the true mark of democracy is for us to know when to accept, the verdict of the majority and move on.
478. Dr. Kayode Fayemi's closest contender, Shagmoni, pulled a total of 481 votes. In Ado Ekiti, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates former Governor of Ekiti State and Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Kayode Fayemi, for winning the All Progressives Congress ticket to contest the July 14, 2018 governorship elections. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, President Buhari commended all the participants in the keenly contested position and urged them to keep upholding the values and philosophy of the party by supporting the candidate in the forthcoming elections. The president notes that the successful primaries in the state with more than 30 aspirants further validates the credentials of the APC on internal democracy and its preparedness to take the country to another level of development. And now, to more details from the local government congresses of the All Progressives Congress held nationwide, Olajide Bello put together the reports from some states in the country.
In Damaturu, the exercise was hitch-free with a large turnout of delegates, party stalwarts and chieftains. Habibu Hussein reports that in Jigawa State, most of the congresses across the 27 local government areas was decided through consensus. Meanwhile, the same situation played out in Gombe State. Governor Yahya Bello assured to work towards strengthening the presence of the All Progressives Congress at the grassroots ahead of future elections.
They should move around preaching the gospel of peace, security, and tell the general public what our government has been able to achieve.
Iyabode Olorunshola, who monitored the exercise in Ilorin, Kwara State, described the exercise as peaceful and orderly.
They all confirm that everything is okay. So whoever emerges, of course, becomes the representative of the people as far as the Congress is concerned.
Meanwhile, a stakeholders meeting was held in Enugu where the Minister of Foreign Affairs reiterated the mission of the APC to develop an economically viable nation.
We have quite a lot we need to sort out because we've done everything possible to ensure a democratic process, to merge the two and have free and fair elections to see who are the best candidates.
Olajide Bello, NTA News.
In the meantime, the APC Local Government Congress was generally adjudged successful across Zamfara State. There was, however, a parallel Congress by some aggrieved members of the party, led by Senator representing Zamfara Central, Birum Marafa. Haliru Muhammad Umar has more.
Materials for the conduct of the election were at the secretariat of the 14 local governments about 8 o'clock in the morning, while accreditation of delegates follows an election started at 9 o'clock. Governor Abdulaziz Yari was among the delegates that participated in the Congress at his local government area of Talata Mafara.
It was done more successfully here in Talata Mafara, and also from what I received from 80% of the local government.
The only local government that we had an issue is the local government, which I said is being addressed.
The chairman of the committee appointed by the APC National Secretariat to conduct the Congress in Zamfara State, Ambassador Dauda Alladi, called on aggrieved members to channel their complaints to the appeal committee constituted by the party.
APC is anchored on justice, equity, fairness, and transparency, and this has been translated.
Some aggrieved members of the party, led by Senator representing Zamfara Central Kabiru Garba Marapa, had attempted to take over venue of the Congress in Safi local government, but were dispersed by security personnel. They later held a parallel Congress. In Gusau, Haliru Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
And the local government Congress in River State was adjudged peaceful and credible. Kingsley Amajiri has a situation report.
Town Square Center was the venue for the local government congresses in Element local government area. The exercise was preceded by the dissolution of the existing executive.
APC will not conduct its affairs in any manner that will go against set down rules and regulations of the party.
In Obiakpo, Sidney Onyeche was elected the chairman, while in Port Harcourt, Princeway Tobin emerged the new chairman in a consensus vote.
We have said as a party that we have to allow internal democracy to go on.
In Asaritoru, Omuma and Eche local government areas, delegates adopted the option A4 voting system, where they stood behind the candidates of their choice.
Delegates have decided that they have confidence in the ESCO of the LGA that has represented the party in the past tenure.
I can guarantee you that APC, the party to beat.
And from Ikwere and Emoha local government areas, the conduct of the APC local government congresses can best be described as free, fair and transparent.
First, I want to congratulate the delegates to this LGA Congress and the leadership of APC in Emoha local government.
With the conclusion of the local government congresses, the party is poised to hold its state congress in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
And moving away from politics to other matters now, the Nigerian Air Force has deployed 3 wings of NAP Special Forces to 23 Quick Response Wing Ngoroje in Taraba State, in line with presidential directive to scale up security in the state. The Director of Operations Headquarters NAF, Air Vice Marshal Napoleon Bali, says the deployment is in addition to the 2 quick response wings in Benue and Nasarawa State, respectively. Olajide Bello reports.
The NAF Hercules C-130 aircrafts touching down at the Jalingo airport, conveying the special forces deployed to Ngoroje. On arrival, the special forces displayed their combat readiness and physical fitness.
1, 2, 3, go! 1.
The Director of Operations, while briefing the NAF Special Forces, says there will be continuous level of capacity building, military hardware acquisition and routine establishment of new units at strategic locations within the country for effective employment of air power in response to Nigeria's national security imperatives.
Accordingly, and in line with one of the key drivers of the Chief of Air Staff, which is focus on comradeship, regimentation, inter-service cooperation, I also urge you to partner with your other security agencies. You are here to add value to whatever security arrangements that has been in existence in Taraba State.
The Mi-35M helicopter gunship was also at hand to provide air support for own troops. From Jalingo Airport in Taraba State, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
And for a beat on agriculture, the federal government is to introduce a new program called Agriculture Implement and Mechanization Scheme, which will enable smallholder farmers have access to heavy-duty equipment to boost their agricultural activities. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, who disclosed this in Abuja, said the new program will substitute Growth Enhancement Scheme. Details with Musa Baba Aliyu.
The growth enhancement scheme that is being substituted allows farmers access mechanization services at 50% subsidy, while federal and state governments make up the balance. But the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, says the GES scheme can no longer be sustained because most state governors failed to comply with the 25% counterpart fund.
The GES scheme, which was a very good scheme, but which has had to stop because the governors got into financial difficulties and were unable to supply their own portion of the subsidy. So when we came in 2015, our ministry was in debt to the tune of 67 billion.
The new program will focus on agricultural mechanization and provision of farm implement based on public-private partnership that will assist the big and smallholder farmers to be able to hire and own tractors.
We're hoping to have a distributor or two in every local government in the country who will distribute certified seeds, fertilizer, chemicals, knapsack sprayer services and so on in every local government.
Efforts are also underway to establish farm management training centers across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Now, the ease of doing business reforms implemented by the Buhari administration has not only improved Nigeria's status on the World Bank and ease of doing business ranking, but also stimulated local investment with millions of job opportunities. One of such businesses enjoying the benefits of the federal government's reforms in the business environment has opened its doors in Kaduna. Abdullahi Muhammad reports.
The Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council carried out several reforms across various business regulations which eliminated series of bureaucracies. These paved way for massive investment in various subsectors of the Nigerian economy. The latest is an indigenous ceramic company which opened a sales outlet in Kaduna. The woman behind the sales outlet was full of praises to the foresight of the President Muhammadu Buhari for initiating the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council.
With what the federal government is doing, it's now helping us to establish, and not only us establishing, even other countries coming here to establish and to buy from us. Instead of going there to give them our money, we spend the money, it goes around Nigeria.
They have over 1,000 people working for them. And the more they open franchise like this all over the country, they are increasing, the base for people to get involved in it. And it's answering so many questions of employment and youth empowerment.
The story of these business observers say remains a testimony to the giant strides recorded by the Buhari-led administration in supporting entrepreneurship and provision of jobs to the teeming youths. In Kaduna, Abdullah Muhammad, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with Yomi Badejo Kunsonya on his re-election as president of African Public Relations Association for another 2-year tenure at the just concluded 2018 annual conference of the association in Botswana. In a statement by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Media and Publicity, the President commends other Nigeria PR firms, CMC Connect, Red Media and PR Nigeria, which won continental awards at the conference, and assures them that his administration will continue to support their works in promoting a positive image of Nigeria. On Badejo Kunsonya's re-election, President Buhari believes that the PR guru's positive, inspiring and remarkable works in public relations over the years have indeed made him to stand out as a national, continental and global PR icon. The president notes that his latest endorsement of the MD CEO CMC Connect by his peers in Botswana is an expression of confidence that under his watch, public relations practice in Africa has come of age despite all odds and is adding value in developing the continent. The president welcomes the various activities by the association in promoting economic integration of Africa, infrastructure and technology advancement, good governance, health and poverty reduction, among others. While wishing the APR president a successful new tenure in office, the president encourages the association not to waver in its determination to showcase Africa in a more positive light as a continent with a rich culture and diversity, unique tourism, choice investment destination, and an innovative, young and talented population. The Abeokuta Railway main station under the ongoing rail project of the federal government has been relocated to the Moshood Abiola International Trade Fair Complex, Okemoshan, along Kokbabe Road, Abeokuta. This is contrary to the initial location around Workers' Estate, Ladering, where about 1,000 houses have been penciled down for demolition with the payment of 2.8 billion naira as compensation. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, and the Ogun State Governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, jointly arrived at this decision to relocate the railway station when the minister came on an inspection visit to the site. Mohammed Adebowale reports.
There had been controversy in the past over the location of the Abeokuta train station, as the federal government said the 2.8 billion naira compensation initially agreed to be paid to owners of property marked for demolition was no longer feasible. The minister is, however, optimistic that with the decision to relocate the train station, contractors will be directed appropriately, assuring that the December 2018 deadline will be met.
Because we're going to take it out by 1,000 houses. I'm sure when the governor saw it, he was frightened. Now he agrees with me that we can locate it at the MK Abiola Trade Fair. Now this is where the station will be. If they can find a engineering solution, and they say they can have to find a engineering solution so we can locate it. And what we've done is that, we're building a station, a hotel, and a mall.
The minister added that few houses will still be demolished for right of way. Meanwhile, Governor Ibikunle Amosun has assured that the Moshood Abiola International Trade Fair Complex will be relocated to a befitting site.
Good news is this. Yes, we are relocating this. We are going to put it in another place. But this place now, in order to avoid demolishing almost 2,000 houses, imagine the number of families, the number of people that will be affected. So we have taken that decision that no, they will have to come and create some engineering solution here.
In Abeokuta, Mohammed Adebowale, NTA News.
The liquid manufacturing plant of Emzo Pharmaceutical Industries Limited has resumed full operations a week after it was sealed by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Managing Director of Emzo, Stella Okoli, disclosed this at a media briefing in Lagos. Joy Ken Abapoya reports.
Emzo Pharmaceutical Industries Limited liquid manufacturing plant was sealed up to enable NAFDAC carry out investigations following its implication in the illegal sale of codeine in the BBC documentary. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Emzo Pharmaceuticals, Stella Okoli, says although the events leading to the sealing of its liquid production plant was quite regrettable and unfortunate, the factory has been reinstated and given permission to carry on its operations with a sanction.
We resolve to make sure that what we make will be of highest quality, that we will not cut corners no matter what. And that's what we have been doing.
She added that for 3 decades, Emzo, with its over 120 products, has been in the forefront of producing quality drugs to meet Nigeria's health need and demands, and has operated in line with global best practices.
We want healthier Nigerians. We want our youth to grow up proud Nigerians.
We built our reputation on the consistent commitment to quality, and we can provide solid proof that all our notifications have been satisfactory.
While assuring the public that Emzo Pharmaceutical will continue with its vision of making unlimited wellness available and affordable to all, the company's management says it will also support government in its fight to end drug abuse, especially among the youths. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abapoya, NTA News.
Nigeria's Club of Millionaires received a boost with the presentation of prizes to winners of the Fidelity Bank Get a Lot in Millions promo reloaded in Abuja, in addition to consolation prizes and monthly cash prizes. Victor Azu, who was at the event, tells us that the grand prize of 10 million naira was also presented.
I had won 3 million.
These are some of the latest entrants to Nigeria's Millionaire Club. All they needed to do was open savings accounts with Fidelity Bank PLC and grow it to 20,000 naira or top up existing accounts to qualify for the draws. Since 2007, Fidelity Bank PLC continues to live up to its name and slogan, "We keep our word," doling out houses, cars, scholarships, cash and other consolation prizes under different savings campaigns. The latest Get Alert in Millions promo Reloaded, which is 7th in the series, has seen Fidelity Bank give out about 150 million naira to customers, with the grand prize of 10 million naira going to Aba-based businessman Bartholomew Nolwe.
I'm going to invest this money into my business so that from now till more 1 year, the money will be able to multiply.
Beyond rewarding customer loyalty, officials of the bank say a savings culture is also required to keep the country's economy afloat.
We should continue to save because that's what the economy requires for growth. But more importantly, at individual levels, it is necessary for us to save for the rainy day.
People will now be willing to come and save, and that is the whole idea behind the promo.
Representatives of the National Lottery Regulatory Commission were also on ground to validate the exercise. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
We are retired but not tired in the task of nation building. Now, this was the submission of speakers at the first National Conference of State Retired Permanent Secretaries Association of Nigeria in Gombe State. Emmanuel Akila reports.
The Conference of States Retired Permanent Secretaries Association is a forum that galvanizes retired public civil servants who have rendered services in various ministries of government in their states. They believe that the wealth of experience they gathered during active years of service is of importance to national development.
And nowadays, under 21 chap has graduated from the university. So by the time you say he spent 35 years, plus his age is about 40, 55 years, you ask him to go. That is the time he is going with very useful in society.
The way things have been bastardized, the small resources have been wasted. And it is your responsibility to draw the attention of government.
Governor Ibrahim Hassan Nkombo, represented by Gombe State Head of Civil Service, Adamu Haruna Abubakar, commended the foresight of the retired permanent secretaries in forming the association that would be a veritable reservoir of wisdom for younger public servants.
We can tap from the wealth of their experiences. As technocrats, you have a lot to offer to the nation, even in retirement, especially now when the hard-earned glory of the civil service is fast diminishing.
We have a lot to offer.
It will only be unfair if such knowledge or experiences are not tapped for the development of this country.
In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
The monarch of Okon Eleme community in Rivers State, Apollos Chu, has commiserated with the people of Misau Emirate in Bauchi State over the death of 22 students of Government Comprehensive Secondary School, Misau. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports.
The sad event that led to the death of the students and 3 of their teachers occurred along Azare Kano Road in February this year on their way to Kano for excursion. Condoling the Emir of Misau Alhaji Ahmed Suleiman and the parents of the deceased, the Ibere Okori Eleme, His Royal Majesty Apollos Chu, described the death of the student as a great loss to the entire nation.
We raise another great children that will balance off the duties that they were carrying out in this community. You will not lose it totally. When you lose this one, God goes life and God take life. But in our prayer to God, that when you have taken the one he brought, that may he bring another one.
What you have provided for the bereaved families shows what you are, shows the kind of community your community what it is. For us over here, for somebody to come from River State to visit us here is enough.
All he's doing is peace, preaching peace, unity, love, working together, appreciating one another.
After the condolence, the royal fathers exchanged gifts as a mark of appreciation that showcases the unity in diversity of Nigeria, one of which is a gift of a white horse to His Royal Majesty Apollos Chu by his host, the Emir of Misau.
And talking sports now, Plateau United now third in Nigeria Professional Football League as Mohamed Salah gets another word at the end of EPL season. Amanze Marcus reports.
18 goals were scored on Sunday in the 9-week 21 matches of the Nigeria Professional Football League, with Kano Pillars earning 35 points from 21 matches after a 3-1 defeat of Katsina United to place second on the log.
Taking it quite easy, looking to penetrate from the left. This man makes it through. Look at that! Kano Pillars go up 1 goal at the Sani Abacha Stadium. Cooled down. But it could be dangerous for them. Kano Pillars coming from. Here is it. Lovely goal, ladies and gentlemen. Your man again, Junior Lacosa. But it's
El Kanemi Warriors played 1-1 with Rivers United, while Enugu Rangers and Aqua United played goalies. Yobe Desert Stars and Ifeanyi Uba shared the points as Abia Warriors won away in Lagos against MFM. In a related development, Egypt and Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has added a third individual award to his collections this season by winning the English Premier League Player of the Season award, in addition to his PFA Player of the Year and Football Writers Association of the Year awards. The 25-year-old ended the season on a happy note after his opening goal in Liverpool's 4-0 defeat of Brighton at Anfield on Sunday to set a Premier League scoring record of 32 goals in 38 matches. Mohamed Salah scored 1 goal in the FA Cup this season and hopes to add to his 11 goals in the UEFA Champions League when Liverpool play holders Real Madrid in the final on May 26 at the NSC Olympiyski Stadium in Kiev, Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russian club side Zenit St. Petersburg on Sunday terminated manager Roberto Mancini's contract by mutual consent after an Italian football official revealed the 53-year-old will become the next coach of the Italian national football team. Mancini signed a 3-year contract with Zenit in 2017, which will come to an end on Monday without any compensation. With sports update, Amanze Marcus, NTA News.
Thank you, Amanze. And now a quick check on the weather forecast.
Hello and welcome to the weather segment. Monday morning is going to be mostly cloudy with some sunshine interval over most part of the country, except Mambila Plateau and the southeast coast, where isolated thunderstorms are anticipated. As we progress into the afternoon evening hours, we expect isolated thunderstorms to prevail over Sokoto, Gusau, Yelwa, Southern Maiduguri, Abuja, Lokoja, Makurdi, Lafia, Mambila Plateau, the inland cities, and the coast. Rainy season has been established in all parts of the country. We advise people to clear their gutters and drainages to avoid flooding and mosquito regeneration. Up next is temperature forecast. I am Sefia Hassan Yunusa. Thank you for watching.
We now take a break. NewsLine continues with Becky after these messages to stay with the NTA.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Adam, go and bring us your husband. Okay, hello baby. We're in this together, okay? Can you hear me? Keep coming forward. Wait, stop. You okay, lean to your right. Keep walking down, keep walking to the left. Yes. You're almost here. Keep going. You are here. Wow, you did it.
I'm just so glad I didn't have to use my cane to do this.
And I am so glad no other man got you before me. Let me be your eyes.
We will never stop working to give you a network you can rely on so you can enjoy life's special moments. MTN, everywhere you go.
The Commonwealth Secretariat, in collaboration with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) Nigeria,
will be hosting the 8th Annual General Meeting and Conference for Heads of Anti-Corruption Agencies in Commonwealth Africa from Monday 14th to Friday 18th May 2018. Theme: Partnering Towards Asset Recovery and Return. Venue: Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja, Nigeria. Time 9 a.m. Special guest of honor, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, who will also deliver a keynote address. Special guest, Her Excellency Right Honorable Patricia Scotland, General Secretary, Commonwealth of Nations, and Thabo Mbeki, former South African President. Please note that attendance is strictly by invitation. For inquiries, please call 0803-307-5659. Africa, united against corruption.
Do you want to attend a world-class university? One with a conducive environment for learning. A university that is fully residential for students and lecturers. State-of-the-art facilities. Reformatory academic programs for the 21st century. A university where excellence is rewarded. Afe Babalola University, the fastest growing educational institution in Africa.
So you gotta have a smile, no matter what it takes. Gotta take your place now. I love the way it tastes. Do the pure bliss bar from the toes to your face. Gotta take your place now. Feel the bliss today. Say oh, 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 oh. Gotta take feel the bliss today. Say oh, 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 oh.
Light up your day with Pure Bliss milk cookies. Also available Pure Bliss milk cream wafers and rich cocoa biscuits.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Thanks for staying on the line. It was a cultural fiesta for sons and daughters of Birum in Plateau State when they recently celebrated the annual festival. Mary Domtu, who captures the significant moments from the Rangpam Township Stadium, says the annual event heralds the farming season.
The procession from the Palace of the Bombom through major streets to the Rampam Stadium and the declaration signifies the commencement of the event. Birum people found in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, with an estimated population of 1.6 million. Predominantly farmers are found in Jos South, Jos North, Riom and Barkin-Ladi local governments of Plateau State. The Agbongbom Jos Da Jacob Gangbuba said the festival is a platform to showcase the rich cultures and tradition of the Birum nation. He called on the government to revive the Plateau Cultural Festival.
We, as a nation, are ever ready to collaborate with government and the security agencies to ensure the restoration of peace and law and order, not only in Birum land, not only in Plateau State, but in Nigeria as a whole.
Governor of Plateau State, represented by his deputy, Professor Sonny Theoden, encouraged youths to explore the vast opportunities in the agricultural sector and reiterated government's resolve in ensuring that peace returns to all communities bedeviled by insecurity.
The Birum nation remains the front-line projectors of the hospitality and conviviality of the people of Plateau State.
Minister of Youth and Sports Solomon Dalun called on the people of Plateau and Nigeria to embrace peace and prayed for a bumper harvest.
These gatherings accord them the opportunity to come together to identify and promote their common heritage, which is their culture.
Dignitaries across Nigeria lauded the cultural heritage the country is blessed with.
Festivals such as these, some of the festivals that Nigeria is known for, and especially here in Plateau State, the Eastern Birum Festival, it's a very important cultural festival, and NTA has always been part and parcel of this cultural festival.
We really appreciate the king for promoting their culture, holding it very strong, because the culture is the identity of the people.
Various districts and their district heads, the Mizere 2018 and other nationalities within and outside the state paid homage to the royal father. Cultural performances and cultural exhibitions also featured.
Quite an exceptional way to start the farming year. It is an oil-producing community in Abia State, also famous for its tourism potential. Let's now visit the Azumini Blue River, which is about 20 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. Comfort Ayim is our tour guide.
From a distance, Azumini in Ukwa East local government area of Abia State, about 35 kilometers away from Aba, is just like any other community in the state, but with a closer look, one will find out the uniqueness and could tap from the potentials. No wonder the community allocated about 10 acres of land to the state government for the cultivation of palm, otherwise known as Abia palm. The name of the community, Azumini, was derived from a river in the community known as Azumini Blue River. The Blue River, which is as old as the community, apart from its tourist potential, if harnessed, also serves various purposes.
Our people normally fish in the river, and also our brothers normally get some gravel and sand for their living.
The rural dwellers who highlighted the importance of the Azumini Blue River said it is a trade route to other neighboring states, as they also find their daily bread from the river. They say during school vacation, the children visit the river for fishing and washing, among other domestic activities going on there. This side of the river at Obaku, Ndoki community, still in Ukwa East local government area at the state, draws the line between Abia and Akwa Ibom State. The forest you can see behind me is actually the boundary, which no doubt goes a long way to speak volume of the potentials associated with the states, popularly known as God's own state.
And that is why we are calling on the government of Nigeria, government of Abia State to come and make good use of this river.
From the look of the river, does it really depict the color blue? Don't guess, let's get to find out from the people.
The activities by the side of the river normally cause the change of the color of the water. But what the white men who first gave that place Blue River saw was something close to bloom.
Due to the strategic location of the Blue River, swimming became the hobby of the people, as children from 3 and above can swim comfortably without fear of the unknown. Housewives and the youth who are into agriculture also derive joy in oil palm production in large quantity, but lament challenges in the production. The people have therefore reminded both the state and federal government, as well as other private investors, of the need to harness the economic potentials of the Azumini Blue River by transforming the river to a tourist site, as it was during the colonial era, for job creation and revenue generation.
Amazing setting, the Azumini Blue River. Thanks for the tour, Comfort. It was a glorious homecoming for the Minister of Interior, Abdurrahman Dambazao, as the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, found him worthy of a traditional title in the Emirate. The ancient city of Kano stood still as the minister was conferred with the title of Bardin Kano, a title befitting for a son of the soil who has conquered on all fronts. Hamisirogo brings us the details.
It is such a beautiful day in Kano. It is a Friday that brings Nigeria to the ancient city. It is a day whose events will grade the history books forever. The palace of Kano is boiling with the spirit of one of his illustrious sons. It is a scenario rare and brilliant.
It is not like the palace of Kano is new to glitz and glamour, but on some special occasions, it will look like the glamour will just explode on your very hands, and you can see it explode. It's a special event in the palace today. The Minister of Interior is being crowned the Barade of Kano. New title, new to Kano.
Yes, the palace of Kano represents everything about the life of his people, their societal norms and their values. So, in its relentless drive to further elevate the people, it confers on this man, Abdurrahman Bello Dambazao, Nigeria's Minister of Interior, the title and the duties of Baradan Kano. These are scenes from the Tabenin, supervised by the Galadiman Kano, Alhaji Abbas Sunusi, the highest-ranking traditional title holder in Kano, next to the Emir. It is not often I cover ceremonies, but this one overwhelms me. The goodwill is immense. The participation cuts across all boundaries. It is like Nigeria has no fault lines with the Dambazao.
I would have regretted it if I didn't come all the way from Enugu for this function. Yes, and I'm proud to have him as a colleague. He's a general of the generals. He's my retired colleague, and I love him and I respect him.
What I look forward to is a situation where he will contribute in the efforts the Emir of Kano is doing in bringing about changes, particularly changes that will enable the youth to have a focus so that they contribute their quota to the development of the country.
And I believe he will live up to expectations because he has even done things greater than what the title portends for him. You know, so I know he's qualified, he's entitled to it.
Abdurrahman Bello Dambazao is from Kano City. Dambazawa, in the meantime, are part of the 4 kingmakers of Kano, so it is a double royalty for him. There are more elegant personal achievements which the Emir of Kano re-echoed as he endorsed him as Baradan Kano. When the Emir was doing so, the Vice President was there. The Emir enforced that the Barade was borrowed from the Sultanate, but it fit the pedigree of the subject very well, as it means commander both in times of war and in reforming the society from its afflictions. It is a responsibility the Barade was ready to shoulder.
Well, it's exceptional, wonderful for one to have this honor from his roots. It has only, given me, spurred me to, give out more because this is a time for me to give from what I have benefited.
Congratulations to the Minister of Interior. Moving on, cordiality among traditional rulers is pivotal to the corporate existence of Nigeria. It is in view of this that the Egberi Okori Eleme, His Royal Majesty Apollos II, visited the Bauchi State Chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, Alhaji Ruwanu Suleiman Adamu, at his palace. Mahmoud Ibn Mohammed reports.
The visit of His Royal Majesty Apollos II, the Egberi Okori Eleme, to the palace of the Emir of Bauchi, Alhaji Ruwanu Suleiman Adamu, was born out of the resolutions reached at the 9th Assembly of the National Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria held in Port Harcourt this year. The resolutions include strengthening collaborations among traditional rulers towards promoting peace and unity in the country, building a network for a peaceful conflict resolution, and the provision of enabling environment that will enhance the growth and development of the nation, as well as sustaining the nation's democracy. Being at the forefront of the crusade for national cohesion, the Egberi Okori Eleme, His Royal Majesty Apollos II, chose Bauchi State.
It is really when we are talking together, we can be able to control things for the government and hold ground for the government. And there will be peace, when there is peace and unity in the country, and the government will focus in primary purpose where he's been elected. So, My Majesty, I want you to join me in promoting synergy among the traditional institutions.
Lord, to bless with wisdom, to better impact in the journey, to wisdom, to power, to progress. That's how blessing we reach from our kingdom.
Described as a welcome development, some traditional title holders observed that Nigeria will be a better nation with the coming together of members of the traditional institution.
The purpose of this is to encourage the traditional institution to come together, work together.
By the time we are united, the whole country will be, in fact, the commotions that are happening within the country will be a thing of the past.
In recognition of the efforts of the nation's founding fathers, the Egberi Okori Eleme visited the residence of Nigeria's first and only Prime Minister, late Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa.
This is one of the things that Nigeria requests. People to remember those who died long ago.
Those were indeed memorable moments for both traditional rulers. Elsewhere, the recent visits by the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, to the OV of Agbaroto Richard Ogenewu Gaga Ebele will remain memorable for the people of both cultures. Oyinye Joshua Ifeanyi reports that among the activities undertaken by the royal fathers was the inauguration of a learning facility at the Michael Ibru University, Delta State.
The Ooni of Ife and his entourage were received with the grandeur of Robo traditional heritage. He was also shown hospitality in a unique display of traditional wedging of kola nuts, synonymous with the Urobos, and capped with prayers for the kingdom and gift presentation. The Ooni of Ife and his entourage proceeded to the location of Michael and Cecilia Ibru University, MCIU, to commission the block of hostels, laboratory building, the community radio station, Michael and Cecilia Ibru Foundation demonstration schools, among other projects.
It's a very well integrated structure, very well planned, very well structured. It's going to be a blessing for the populace of Nigeria.
At a grand reception to launch the 10 billion naira endowment fund and professional chairs, the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, members of the governing council and other dignitaries called on all stakeholders and government to focus on training and equipping youths for a better tomorrow.
So my advice to the youth, be creative,
and venture into the world of entrepreneurship if you have the knack for it.
The co-founder and visitor of the school, Dr. Mrs. Cecilia Ibu, said the university is a faith-based university and it is poised towards becoming a world-class university. She said it is also working with government in integrating the delegates of the federal government's amnesty program through education and reorientation.
Being that we are faith-based, we use the wisdom based in that faith with which to structure education in a way that the students, they begin to imbibe new concepts.
Our main strength now is the Faculty of Management and Social Sciences.
This university goes beyond the show of Nigeria in terms of attracting students and also giving opportunity to our own students to also excel abroad.
The climax of the visit was the laying of wreaths on the mausoleum of the founder and initiator of Michael and Cecilia Ibu University, late Olorogun Michael Ibu.
Remarkable highlights from Agbaroto. It's all in the spirit of brotherliness. It's been a rich first segment. We have more where those came from right after the break. Stay on the line.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. And life is calling, time to live a new way. Activate your life, be who you want to be. Yeah, yeah. Time to get active, yes, the time is now.
Start an active life with the power of vegetables and fruits. Chivita Active. Be active. Do more.
All TVs say picture quality, but never mention the most important color, black. It uncovers the hidden details of nature, brings out the richness in all colors, and reveals life. With self-lighting pixels, only OLED TVs make perfect black, and perfect black creates perfect color. LG OLED TV.
During an emergency, people tend to run away from the scene of danger. My job requires that I do the exact opposite, to save people. There was once a sweet girl who was in a car accident. It was sad to see pain on a face which should always be smiling. The ordeal had taken a toll on me, but I had no time for pain. A couple of weeks later, I was about to head home when I had an unexpected visitor. It was her birthday, and she had insisted to her mother that she would bring a piece of cake for the man who helped save her life. The world needs people who save lives.
NASCO are whole flake to retain
Mommy,
all the
what does
nutrients.
whole flakes mean?
It means, come on, eat your breakfast. We're going to be late for school, and stop talking with your mouth full.
Whole flakes is the natural process of making cornflakes. NASCO cornflakes are made with only fresh yellow sun-ripe corn that is flaked whole to retain all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family.
So you mean you don't know what whole flakes means?
So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked NASCO cornflakes.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1, the delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
Welcome back. Competitors who slugged it out at the Goldberg Area Rekbete 2018 Talent Hunt show have received their prizes. Ayomiku Ajibola, who was part of the presentation that drew a cheering audience to the Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, Oyo State, reports that the talent show is basically to encourage and promote the Yoruba music genre.
It was the grand finale of Goldberg Area Rekbete 2018, a night filled with spectacle and musical excitement as 16 artists made up of 5 Fuji musicians, 5 Juju musicians, and 6 traditional drummers kept their audience alive by their performance. At the end, Ashafa Martins emerged as ambassador of Fuji with a cash prize of 2 million naira. Ayodele Olatunji, also with a cash prize of 2 million naira, won that of Juju category, while Oludare African Culture Group, with a sum of 1 million naira, became the winner of the traditional drumming contest.
I'm really excited. I'm very, very happy.
My group secret is God, though. Without God, it's nothing.
I thank Nigerian Buhari. They let people know me. Who am I?
Legendary Juju icon King Sunny Ade, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, Said Oshupa, Taye Currency, and pop star Kiss Daniel performed to the delight of the raving fans. With Area Rekbete, Goldberg continues to bring to its consumer the best of Fuji and Juju music, aimed at promoting the culture of the southwestern Nigerian, in line with the brand 3-point agenda of culture, respect, and enjoyment.
It is a way of giving back to the people, and in so doing, we have chosen this platform to rekindle and reinvigorate the musical platform of Fuji and Juju across southwestern states.
We have a lot of talent here, and as you can see here today, this state is exhibiting and showcasing a lot of talents from the state.
This is the beginning of the start. I thank God I was part of it last year, and I'm here this year, and I pray, God willing, we'll be here next one.
Kiss Daniel. That's why I'm here. I'm having a crush on him.
Goldberg is very supreme out of the bears in Nigeria, so we're happy to be here.
Stakeholders at the occasion reiterated the need to sustain the current cultural revival among Nigerians, as championed by Goldberg Lajabia in the area of indigenous Yoruba music.
That's to the winners. It was a beautiful setting of friends, relatives, and colleagues at the wedding fatia of 2 lovebirds, Hajara Mojisola Okikiola and Mohammed Taufik Adebola in Lagos. Annie Daniels, who was part of the elaborate wedding, reports that the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, was special guest.
Prayers signaled the commencement of the wedding fatia between Hajara and Taufik. The ceremony was witnessed by people from all walks of life, including the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. The groom's family were up to the task as they presented the necessary requirements for the ceremony, including the bride price. After the formalities, guests were treated to an assortment of Nigerian and continental cuisines at a grand reception. What is a wedding without words of advice from the chairman and well-wishers?
Patience, because without patience, you cannot really be a husband. To my daughter, my advice to you is that the only person you have a contract with is your husband, no other person. Don't listen to people say, oh, We saw your husband here yesterday. We saw your husband here yesterday.
2 becomes 1. 3 is a crowd. Anything a couple cannot solve on their knees, they should talk to God, and God will guide them. When third parties come, it makes things complex for couples.
And they've been very great together before today, and everything, I just want God to bless them, bless their marriage, let it be fruitful. They shall also be blessed in their marriage, in Jesus' name.
The traditional cutting of the cake added color to the reception.
Okay, put your hands together for them. They want to have 3 children. My God. My God. They are discussing, they are dialoguing. Beautiful.
The newlywed lets us into their world.
What I saw in my wife was patience. She's a very patient lady because she's been with me for the past 4 years now. When we met, I had nothing.
I'm happy to be his wife, and I pray that Almighty Allah bless this union and make it a wonderful and blessed union.
Congratulations to the bride and groom. Yes, wishing you all the best. It was a sea of heads at the high-powered wedding of the Zanna Dujima Borno, Yusuf Buka of Mandara, and the beautiful Afus Kulibi. The wedding, which took place in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, was a blend of Western and Kanuri cultures. Naomi Abaku brings us highlights.
The wedding solemnization between the Zanna Dujima of Borno Yusuf Bukar Mandara and Ajuz Chalube in Maiduguri combined activities featuring both Western and cultural, where hundreds of friends, well-wishers and families joined in celebrating the union. The joining together of the two lovers was performed at the residence of the bride's father. Engineer Mustafa Chalube opened the payment of tough gold coins as dowry.
Very important for one to understand that marriage is not something that you would have it on a platter of gold, always sweet, always wonderful, but there are challenges in it. Make sure that you don't interpret all challenges into problems.
He's not only Yusuf we know, but he's also the Zanna Dujima Borno, and he's a father to all now. So he should start giving example to his own family.
A special traditional night in the Kanuri tradition called Wushiwushi was the prelude before the Fatiha, which normally comes up on the night before the wedding. This is where the bride and the groom are presented to the families. The Wushiwushi attracted hundreds of well-wishers with renowned musicians and entertainers performing. There was also a dinner organized in honor of the couple, where Ajuz and the Zanna Dujima took to the dancing floor.
Humble background, a home with a father and mother who knows how to nurture their children. That is what made me marry Anna Ajus.
As part of tradition of the Kanuris, elders pray and admonish the couple to be committed to the marriage, specially called Kaulu. It started with the emir of Burma. There was also time for exchange of gifts between the two families known as papare. It is a sign of appreciation for the successful marriage, and acceptance from both families also meant to further cement the relationship among them.
It was a majestic wedding. Congrats to husband and wife. Now, have you heard anyone say a real man would not say that, a real man would not act that way, or a real woman is gentle, kind, and cooks well? I take it that you've heard such statements. Let's ponder on. If people believe that there are real men and real women, it presupposes that there are fake adults, doesn't it? Well, Muhammad Abdulkadir decided to get real about this issue and went out there with a mission to understand the qualities that people attach to realness.
Over time, there have been arguments for and against as to who a real man or a real woman is in the society. Come along with me on a mission in search of a real man or a real woman.
I'm a real lady.
What makes you a real lady?
Everything about me, from my past experience I've had, and that doesn't limit me from anything I want to do.
Yes, I'm a real man.
What makes you a real man?
Well, I'm a real man in the sense that living in Lagos alone makes you a man. Passing through all this stress makes you a man. So if you are not a man, you can't stay in Lagos. You can't pass through this. In fact, there are real women, but in Lagos, we are all men.
I'm a real lady.
What makes you think you are a real lady?
I'm a real lady in the sense that I work for myself. I pay my dues.
I'm a real man.
What makes you a real man?
A real man is someone that is God-fearing, that is confident.
What are the qualities to look out for in a real man or real woman?
A real woman is a woman who is a goal setter, a woman who is dependable and reliable, whose inwards and outward appearance is natural. And a real man is a man who is focused.
A real man shouldn't be someone who stay under his parents' roof, getting transport money, food, stuff. If you really want to be a real man, you should go out there, work for yourself.
Respondents are emphatic that real men and real women must be credible.
Let's say when you are being real to yourself, you can be real to every other one around you.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Taking responsibilities.
They say real men and real women don't brag, boast, cheat, or cut corners. They also say they don't indulge in criminality in order to make ends meet.
Being a real man or a real woman, having a legal income.
The street verdict is people must strive to be real men and real women. Be a real man or a real woman that you can be now. After all, to become a real man or a real woman is a matter of choice, and so the choice is yours.
It's all about perception, really. In my humble opinion, a real man or woman must first of all strive to be credible, for real. Now, the term Oedipus complex may not be new to most of us. If you're hearing it for the first time, it's a situation where a child tends to bond closely with a parent of the opposite sex. For instance, sons tend to love their mothers more than their fathers, while the girls get spoiled by their dads. In most families, you would find mommy's boy and daddy's girl. But when such closeness gets out of hand, it could lead to incest, like this one before the police in Lagos between a man and his daughter. Doing Dia has the jaw-dropping details.
Call it super story and you won't be far from the truth. 50-year-old Taiwo Oyelabi, a security guard, narrates his sexual affairs with his own daughter, whom he has continually assaulted, before the strange development caught the attention of some neighbors who reported to the police.
I only slept with her for 5 times, and I know it's incest, but I deeply regret my actions.
For the Lagos State Police Commissioner, Imoimi Edgar. Such development calls for more vigilance from all and sundry, and as such, there must be adequate protection for children from broken homes.
He was divorced from their mother while they were still very small. So they grew up outside his home. Under such circumstance, I expect that relations should deeply involved.
We sought the views of clerics who revealed the spiritual implications of incest.
We read about a curse being placed on anyone, any man who sleeps with anybody that is blood related.
When you go to some mosque or you go to some churches, they were talking about prosperity. Rather than telling them how do we develop ourselves spiritually, they won't talk about that again.
Again, should they be concerned for the unborn upon arrival?
The consequences can be managed through therapy. We need to prevent further occurrence through therapy as well.
While the law is already taking its toll on the suspects, there are indications that the victim, who is presently undergoing medical attention, may be delivered of a child for her own father in less than 6 months, if nothing is done.
I'm actually speechless. It's left to the law to take its course. We will be talking about a crime-related issue, the connection between rape and indecent dressing, if any. But we intend to present varied opinions on this sensitive topic after these messages.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce. Let's go, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, working. That's right. Playing. Yeah. Here we go. Milk, chocolate, malt, prepared mix ready to drink. Hollandia Chocomo. Shap, nutritious drink every day. Drink it up. Shap, nutritious drink. Yeah.
Madam. Brought us as usual.
As usual. You have no problem.
For the three put
you are welcome, sir.
As usual, yeah?
Welcome. You take that one. Yeah, that one. You don't understand? We want Nigerian homegrown rice. Finish. You don't have.
Join the rice revolution today.
No other rice that tastes like Nigerian rice. Are you sorry? That's the Nigerian rice we are talking about. Chocolate made in Nigerian rice. Healthy food. I'm going to bring Mrs. to come to chocolate rice of made in Nigeria here. And see how it are made.
Correct.
And how they are cook it.
Correct.
Homegrown rice are good for your health. It boosts our economy and give employment to our people.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Experience, they say, is the best teacher.
They hold us from the sea. Thank God that we came back home. They should not go there because it's not good. It's a very bad place. So they just may have us.
Even now, sir, they are shooting the boat they are going to use to go Italy. May they stop it. Our country is good. Our country is a blessed country. Now I know our country is a blessed country. I know before I for not travel from Nigeria to Libya. I know how much I spent.
Let these personal experiences serve as a lesson to all who would repeat their mistakes. A word is enough for the wise.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
At the end of 2017, the Buhari administration delivered a number of unprecedented achievements. Generated power has gone up to 7,000 megawatts in 2017 from 3,000 megawatts in May 2015. More than 1.6 trillion naira has been spent on infrastructure for roads, bridges, housing, dams, and railways. Nigeria moved up 24 places on the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business rankings and earned a place on the list of top 10 reformers in the world. Today, 5.2 million primary school children in 28,249 schools in 19 states are receiving a free meal daily. Our customs service recorded its highest ever revenue collection of 1 trillion naira in a single year. Our foreign exchange reserves grew by $12 billion, reaching the highest level since 2014. We added $250 million to the Sovereign Wealth Fund and officially moved out of recession.
When you hear that sound, you know that Nigeria's most authentic newscast is about to begin. NTA Network News, breaking the news for over 40 years.
Welcome back. Globally, rape is a crime punishable by law. Having established this fact, there have been instances where victims of rape have been blamed for bringing a calamity upon themselves. Many victims of rape, particularly women, have reportedly claimed that they were accused of seducing their alleged rapists by their mode of dressing. Anna Daniels focuses on this line of public reasoning.
Indecent dressing is not the best. It's religiously bad, and it's morally bankrupt, and that is why you see a lot of girls being raped.
This is arguably the mindset of so many Nigerians who insist the victim of rape must share in the blame. In the last few years, mainstream media and even social media are not shy to report on rape cases. Even non-government organizations have been set up not only to speak out against the act, but to ensure that victims get justice and healing. Although these efforts are gaining popularity, some members of the public are of the opinion that rapists may have been tempted by their victims. Another group of respondents counter the notion that some victims of rape assault instigated these attacks.
Even why it's actually wrong for a lady to be indecently dressed. At the same time, that also gives such a man the liberty to go and rape a lady.
We have children at home as a man. If your daughter is not well dressed, do you rape him, her? No. So why should you rape another? I feel it's a mindset.
In all of these submissions, these respondents say rape has a spiritual undertone.
Only those who have spiritual problems will think of raping a woman. The demons that are inside him are the ones controlling him to do that.
Don't meet the pastor, we try and explain more to that.
Okay. With that submission, NewsLine approached some spiritual leaders on their stance about this issue of incident as one of the causes of rape.
People that they are raping women, the devil is a dishonor to the woman. Not only dishonor to the woman, it might also affect her marriage. So from all ways you look at it, moral, social, in short, there's no other definition. It is bad.
I was moved to ask if religion provides a sort of redemption for serial rapists who mostly claim they can't contain themselves.
They really need deliverance. They really need deliverance.
Deliverance from what now? Moderation, modesty, meet the demands of shame. That is what we want.
The woman also should try to wear good dress, not the dress that will attract man.
From my findings, the consensus is that there is no excuse for rape. However, the respondents were unanimous that the Nigerian culture teaches men to respect and protect women, while women must imbibe self-respect, which more or less reflects in their outward appearance. Becky, do you agree with them?
Yes, like the respondents stated, there is no excuse for rape. Having said that, modesty is an acceptable standard worldwide. Time for the last break. Stay on the line. We're not done yet.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The Managing Director, Nestle Nigeria PLC, has stated that the company's commitment to grassroots sports development through the Milo Basketball Championship will continue. He said that this at the closing ceremonies of the 20th edition of the championship held in Lagos. Olumude Oguntola is our guide.
It was a carnival-like atmosphere as Nestle Nigeria PLC celebrated its 20th year of promoting grassroots sports development through the Milo Basketball Championship meant for secondary school students. In the keenly contested Milo final, Father O'Connell Science College, Mina, Niger State, emerged champions after defeating General Murtala Mohammed College, Yola, Adamawa State, 60-59 points.
By the hard work and God on our side, that's what made us to win this trophy.
In the female category, YGJ Girls Grammar School from Oyo State bowed to the superpowers of St. Jude Girls Grammar School, Amarata, Yenegoa, Bayelsa State.
The basketball is all about team spirit, one mindset on the court. That's what it's all about. That's what it takes to win this championship at the first position.
The managing director of Nestle Nigerian PLC, Mauricio Alancon, said the company will not relent in producing future champions.
Look, the reality is we've been doing that for 20 years. We're extremely proud of what we have been able to achieve. I mean, if you look at these champions, they're really able to show the best that they can do. And for us to be able to do that during 20 years, it's pride. Pride of being able to make a difference in their lives, proud to teach them values that they learn through sports, and proud to talk about nutrition with them. So for us, the best part of it is to be able to make a difference throughout their lives.
Other stakeholders at the events lauded Nestle Nigeria PLC for their numerous achievements.
What we have done as Nestle over and over the years is to produce so many talents that become available both for local leagues and for international leagues.
Nestle Milo has really done well. They have come up big, and we're happy that the youth have embraced the game.
Trophies, cash prizes, gift items, and awards were given to students and some personalities for their outstanding performances over the years. Performance of dancers and a popular musician added glamour to the event.
And this is where we close shop. Do join us again next week Sunday for yet another worthwhile edition of Newsline. In the meantime, Alibaba Seriously is coming next. Hello, stranger.
Hi, how are you?
You've been missing for 2 weeks. Where went you?
I went to do my checkup just like Mr. President. Oh, sorry. Okay, have a nice week.
From me, it's good night and God bless Nigeria.